So the next thing is thinking about where it is that you want to advertise, or where it is, once you have identified that you're looking for a particular role to be filled and a task to be done, then where do we go? And this is kind of the order in which I'd approach it. Firstly, I'd look at my virtual bench. And virtual bench is those group of people that I've identified along, the past 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. They've done little one-off jobs for me. They're already in my network. People have referred and recommended people, and they're sitting on my virtual bench waiting for an opportunity. I don't just hire them. They're sitting on my bench, and I don't just hire them because they're an A player. I wait first for the job role to emerge, and then I make sure that I plug them into it. And then another good area to ask is your team members as well. Ask your A players, so ask other staff members. Often, people swim in the same circle as other A players. If you've got a B player, they're probably going to recommend other B players. But if you've got lots of A players, chances are if they recommend someone, they're swimming in that same school of fish. So what you can do is tap into that resource, and it's a really good. Something that I want to have a look at later on down the track is offering a little bit of a bounty as well. If someone recommends someone and then they come on board, then we give the person who recommended that person a little bit of a kickback to say, thanks for keeping your eyes open. And what does that do? That gets your staff members, when they're out and about, thinking in the back of their mind, is this person right for their job? And it's like they're constantly scanning for that. I mainly use a website called JobStreet. This is for my Philippines staff and also for my staff. Yeah, at the moment, I'm really tending towards the Philippines, and a lot of people are. There's a lot of internet marketers talking about it. The Philippines is great. They've got an excellent work ethic. They are very honest. The geo-arbitrage opportunity is fantastic. I can still pay them very well, and they can live a very good life, and they love working for me because I pay higher than what the normal internet marketer is. I'm not going to try and get them for $2 or $3 an hour. I'm happy to pay a little bit more because I want them to appreciate working with me. But JobStreet's a really good one. It's kind of like Seek for those of you in Australia and watching the video. We've got Seek or Monster. They're websites where you can advertise for people who might work in your office. It's the Seek of the Philippines. So a lot of people don't talk about it. There is bestjobs.ph as well, but they made some changes a little while ago and can make it a little bit more awkward for people outside of the Philippines hiring staff. Steve's got a question. So JobStreet is a really good place to go. So it's price prohibitive as well for some people. It's not just one of those job ads where you place it and it's $5. It's $120. But for me to hire an A player, I don't mind paying $120 or $140 US. And I think as well then, I take that ad that we just walked through there and I place it on JobStreet. Steve?
With it's US dollars that you pay people, and I'm just wondering if that could perhaps change if the US dollar continues to sort of tank. Is it likely you might pay them in Philippine pesos?
Pesos? Yeah. Who knows? Time will tell. At the moment, they're all happy with USD, yeah. And that's what it is that we're paying. But I'm still happy to do what's fair. I'm not an opportunist that will take advantage of someone. Yeah. So I'll do whatever's fair, and still makes economical sense for me. It's just time will tell.
So you're not getting any pushback from them saying, "Oh,
not
actually,
yet.
can we?" Yeah. Okay.
No. Let me know, Grace, if you need to talk to me about a pay raise. She'll be watching this video. Okay. Mike, did you have a question as well?
I was just going to answer that.
Okay.
I pay in Philippine pesos, and they've actually just started asking to be paid in Australian dollars.
Okay, there we go. So people are starting to ask for Australian dollars because we've got a really strong Australian dollar at the moment.
Yeah, I've recently migrated all my employees from US dollars to Australian dollars. One, it's better for accounting. It's more predictable every month. I know how much I'm spending, which is much better than paying in US dollars, and they don't mind at all. So
there you go. That's something that we'll be looking into for sure. Another couple of areas that you might look at, looking at local schools. This is more so when I'm hiring people to come into my office. I really do like mums to come work in my office because they're very reliable people. They've usually, they might have kids. They might have already gone through working their way up the corporate ladder. They just want a little something on the side to keep themselves busy and active. So that's why mums work really well if you're looking to hire someone to work in your office. They're really good. And sometimes you can pick up people who've had corporate experience. They've already climbed up the corporate ladder. They jumped out because they were having kids, but they come with all of that pre-training. One of my A players, who is one of the ones that's just moved on, she's gone back to NAB, I think. Megan, and for those of you who've been to some of the other seminars that we ran, she moved on. She was an A player for me, and she brought a lot of stuff to what it was that we do. She used to take minutes in the meetings that we ran. We never did minutes when we ran our team meetings. She did a whole lot of documentation, system implementation, all that type of stuff. So you can go find some good opportunities out there. Unis are another good place. I use unis when I'm looking for more so emerging technologies, a person to work on Web 2.0 or video, those types of things. That's when I tend towards unis. And then there's Seek as well for everything else. So if you think about the process there, I'll use JobStreet if it's overseas, and then for locally, depending on what it is that I'm looking for, will depend on what pond I go and fish in.